Hey everyone, and welcome to Body Make and Health Management. Today we're tackling a question that I know a lot of us ponder at the grocery store. Is organic food really worth the extra cost? Do those little green labels really mean healthier food, a healthier planet, or is it all just clever marketing? In this video, we're going to dig into the science, separate the facts from the hype, and give you the information you need to make informed choices for yourself and your family. Chapter 1. What does organic actually mean? Okay, let's start with the basics. What does the term organic even mean when it comes to the food we eat? It's more than just a buzzword, you know. Essentially, organic means that the food has been produced in a way that minimizes the use of synthetic substances. Think pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, those chemical concoctions designed to keep pests away and boost crop yields. Organic farming takes a different approach, relying on natural methods to manage pests and nourish the soil. For produce, this means saying no to genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, and embracing good old-fashioned farming techniques. No lab-created seeds or crops engineered for specific traits. And it's not just about what's not allowed. Organic farming also emphasizes practices that promote biodiversity and soil health. When it comes to animal products, the organic label takes on a whole new dimension. It means that the animals are raised without the routine use of antibiotics and hormones that are common in conventional farming. They're also given organic feed because what the animal eats matters too, right? Now, how can you tell if something is truly organic? Look for certifications from reputable organizations like the USDA Organic Seal in the United States or the EU Organic logo in Europe. These certifications mean that the product has met specific standards and undergone rigorous inspections. Chapter 2. Health benefits, fact or hype? Let's be real, one of the main reasons people shell out extra for organic food is the perceived health benefits. We want to believe that we're putting something better into our bodies, right? But is there actually a significant difference between organic and conventional food when it comes to our health? There's no denying that organic produce tends to have lower levels of pesticide residues, and that's got to count for something, right? Some studies have also shown that organic fruits and vegetables might contain slightly higher levels of certain antioxidants and nutrients. Antioxidants, as we all know, are those magical compounds that help protect our cells from damage, so that's a definite win for Team Organic. But here's the thing, the nutritional differences between organic and non-organic foods aren't always huge or consistent. One study by Stanford University found that while there were some differences in nutrient levels, the variations weren't significant enough to make a major health impact. However, the organic produce did have significantly lower pesticide residues, which is definitely something to consider. The bottom line is this: there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best choice for you depends on your individual priorities, values, and budget. Chapter 3. Impact on the environment. Even if the health benefits of organic food are debatable, there's a growing consensus that organic farming is better for the environment. One of the biggest arguments in favor of organic agriculture is its potential to help combat climate change. Organic farming practices like cover cropping and crop rotation can actually help sequester carbon in the soil, pulling it out of the atmosphere where it contributes to global warming. And then there's the issue of water pollution. Conventional farming often relies heavily on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, which can run off into waterways, contaminating rivers, lakes, and even our drinking water. Organic farming, with its emphasis on natural methods, can help minimize this harmful runoff, protecting our precious water resources. But it's not just about what organic farming avoids, it's also about what it promotes. Organic farms tend to have healthier soils, thanks to the use of compost and cover crops. Healthy soil is like the foundation of a healthy ecosystem, supporting a wider diversity of life above ground. Speaking of biodiversity, Organic farms are often buzzing with more insects, birds, and other wildlife compared to their conventional counterparts. That's because organic farming practices create a more hospitable environment for these creatures, which are essential for pollination and natural pest control. However, it's important to acknowledge that organic farming isn't without its challenges. One of the biggest criticisms is that it often yields less food per acre compared to conventional agriculture. Chapter 4. The cost factor. Why is organic so expensive? Let's face it, the biggest barrier for many people when it comes to buying organic is the price tag. Organic food can often cost significantly more than its conventional counterparts, sometimes double or even triple the price. So what's the deal? Why is organic food so expensive? Well, there are a few key factors at play here. First off, organic farming is often more labor-intensive. Because organic farmers can't rely on chemical shortcuts, they often have to spend more time and effort on tasks like weeding, pest control, and crop rotation. This increased labor naturally translates into higher costs. And as we mentioned earlier, organic farming tends to have lower yields compared to conventional agriculture. This means that organic farmers are producing less food per acre, which drives up the cost per unit. It's simple economics, supply and demand. Then there's the matter of certification. Becoming a certified organic farm or producer is no walk in the park. It's a rigorous process that involves meeting strict standards, undergoing inspections, and paying fees. These costs are often passed down to consumers in the form of higher prices. Chapter 5. Is organic safer? Let's talk pesticides. One of the most compelling arguments for choosing organic food is the promise of reduced pesticide exposure. It's a scary thought, isn't it? The idea of ingesting tiny amounts of chemicals with every bite. But is organic food truly pesticide-free? And if not, are the pesticides used in organic farming any safer? Let's get one thing straight. Organic farming doesn't mean zero pesticides. Organic farmers are allowed to use certain types of pesticides that are derived from natural sources, as opposed to the synthetic pesticides used in conventional agriculture. These natural pesticides are generally considered less toxic and less persistent in the environment. However, just because something is natural doesn't automatically make it safe. Some natural pesticides can still be harmful to human health or the environment if used improperly. It's all about the dose, the method of application, and the potential for exposure. The debate over pesticide safety is a complex one, with valid arguments on both sides. Proponents of conventional agriculture argue that synthetic pesticides have been rigorously tested and are safe when used according to regulations. They also point out that pesticides play a crucial role in protecting crops from pests and diseases, which helps ensure a stable and affordable food supply. On the other hand, advocates for organic agriculture argue that we simply don't know the long-term effects of exposure to low levels of multiple pesticides over time. Chapter 6. Taste and freshness. Is there a difference? Okay, let's move beyond the science and the labels for a moment and talk about something we can all relate to: taste. Does organic food actually taste better? It's a question that sparked countless debates at dinner tables and grocery store aisles. Now, taste is subjective, right? What tastes delicious to one person might be bland or even unpleasant to another. But there are some who swear that organic fruits and vegetables just have a more vibrant, flavorful, and dare I say, real taste. One factor that could contribute to this perceived difference in taste is freshness. Organic produce often comes from smaller local farms that prioritize sustainable practices and shorter supply chains. This means that the food travels a shorter distance from farm to table, which can help preserve its freshness and flavor. Think about it. A conventionally grown tomato might be picked before it's fully ripe to withstand the long journey to the supermarket. By the time it reaches your kitchen, it might be a shadow of its former vine-ripened glory. An organic tomato, on the other hand, might be allowed to ripen fully on the vine, developing its full flavor potential before being harvested and sold locally. Chapter 7. when to choose organic, and when it might not matter. So, we've explored the ins and outs of organic food, from the farming practices to the environmental impact to the cost-benefit analysis. But at the end of the day, the question remains, when does it really make sense to choose organic, and when can we save our hard-earned cash and opt for conventional? If you're on a tight budget, it's perfectly okay to prioritize. You don't have to buy everything organic to make a difference. One strategy is to focus on the Dirty Dozen, a list compiled by the Environmental Working Group, EWG, that highlights the fruits and vegetables with the highest pesticide residues. Strawberries, spinach and kale often top the list, so these might be good ones to buy organic if you can. On the flip side, the EWG also publishes a Clean 15 list, which features produce with the lowest pesticide residues. Avocados, onions, and sweet corn usually get the green light, so you can probably save your money and buy those conventional without worry. Another factor to consider is how you're planning to prepare the food. If you're eating something raw, like a salad or a smoothie, opting for organic might make sense to minimize pesticide exposure. But if you're cooking the food, especially if you're peeling it, the heat and removal of the outer layer can significantly reduce pesticide levels. And here's a little secret: when it comes to processed foods like crackers, cereal, or frozen meals, buying organic might not make a huge difference. The organic label primarily regulates farming practices, not processing methods or added ingredients. Chapter 8. Making informed choices for a healthier you. So there you have it, the truth about organic food. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might be wondering the same things about organic food. Don't forget to subscribe to Body Make and Health Management for more information and tips to help you live your healthiest life. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in next video again.